You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's something about Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Repeats. Not Sissel's Path, Owen's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up and let's go. And one of you told me if you want to spend time with Owen, go swimming. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Let's get wet, y'all. Go swimming. Okay. I grinned and gave Sissel the evil eye. We're all wet anyway. Why not go for a swim? Adrian, I will drown you. Oh, swimming time! I knew you would pick the best choice. Phillips peered at Owen suspiciously. You sound a bit too excited for this. You don't have to sound so paranoid. I just like swimming. The water's pretty rough, though. You never know if the current's gonna accidentally sweep away your swim trunks. There was a husky edge to his voice. Oh, Owen, you perv. You're not seriously gonna try and pants anyone, right? That's like a middle schooler move. Only if you're slow enough to be a victim. Or, you know, if you're a scaredy cat that can't swim. No offense, Phil, that was for Sissel. Who said I couldn't swim? Yeah, you were white as a sheet when you got on your kayak, kiddo. I was just a little motion sick, that's all. Really, now? How about a little race? The first one to get to the opposite end of the cove wins. You're on! The loser will have to strip naked for everyone to ogle, though. What kind of fucked up rule is that? Ready? What? I never said... Go! Owen, you piece of shit! Get back here! And off they go. Owen was gliding through the water like a sleek little dolphin. Oh, he was already a quarter of the way there. And Sissel, well, Sissel's doomed. I don't think you're supposed to bend your arm like that. He's not moving very fast, is he? Or floating. At all. Philip and I ended up jogging along the forest path to follow Owen and Sissel's little race. Sissel was lagging behind, flapping wildly in the water in his attempts to catch up. I feel kind of bad for him now. Not that I want to see Owen's junk, but I'd rather Sissel wins. I don't mind seeing either of them naked, but I kind of agree. Philip shoots me an exasperated grin as we kept running to catch up with them. You know, maybe there was something I could do to help Sissel out. Echo, you there? Yo, Adrian, what's up? Say, you mentioned that you could manipulate circumstances and situations, right? I suppose you want me to do something stupid for you. Like helping Sissel win this little swimming race? You read my mind. Here you have phenomenal supernatural powers at your fingertips, and you're using them to get a chance to see Owen's dick. I nodded sagely. That about sums it up. Echo sighed and scratched his head awkwardly. Well, I guess I could give Sissel a hand. Here it goes. Huh? Someone's here! A cold shiver curled down my spine. This feeling. There was a wish here. What's that sound? Rattling? Chains? Adrian, look at that! Huh? The lake water suddenly seemed to shift. A rushing current sweeps under Sissel and firmly pushed him down the cove. What's this? Huh? The waters almost seemed to carry him gently along. In no time at all, Sissel sailed past Owen's lead and reached the other end of the cove and won the race. I stared in shock and glanced behind me suspiciously. Well, what do you know? Sissel managed to snag the win after all. Philip, did you just... What is it? Never mind. Oh, good coffee. I must have just imagined it, but I swear Philip just... Nah. Anyway, let's go catch up with them. We found Sissel and Owen on the other side of the cove, bickering wildly among themselves. Ha! I won! Who's the scaredy cat now, twat? Wrong voice for him, okay. That was a fluke! You barely swam at all! Some weird current carried you there! Owen, don't be a sore loser. Sissel beat you fair and square. Owen sighed and slumped down to the water, ears drooping. Aw, well, you did a good job, Owen. He instantly perked up with a grin. Well, I'm glad someone appreciates my efforts. Oh, that reminds me. I guess a deal's a deal. This gives me a good excuse to go skinny dipping, at least. Oh, please don't. He's gonna lose. Yeah, there they go. Owen's fingers hooked against the waistband of his swim trunks before he slowly pulled them down, revealing himself in all his glory. His bare body was completely exposed. Anyone passing by could catch an eyeful of him, yet he wasn't the least bit shy. How's that? Like what you see? Owen winks at us expectantly, making a show of seductively licking his lips. Well, I'm getting out of the water now. I'll come with you. There's nothing interesting to see anyway. Hey, wait, what about... They left. Owen slumped down again, his spirit utterly broken. I walked up to him and patted his head in encouragement. Don't feel so down, Owen. I think you're pretty hot. But does anyone get hot and bothered anymore? Owen suddenly threw his arms around me in an exaggerated wail of despair. Adrian, what am I gonna do? What's the point of working out all the time if no one's gonna be impressed by it? I sighed and patted his back patiently. I'm pretty sure everyone knows you have a good physique. They just don't want to inflate your ego any more than it already has. You think? I let out a tired sigh. Listen, Owen, I'm going to be honest with you. I've only known you for about 3 days, and you've been kind of, shallow this whole time. Sorry if that came off a little harsh. Nah, you've got the right of it. I just feel like you'd get along with people better if you just, be a bit more genuine with them. Owen scratched his head quietly. You're probably right. Owen exhaled deeply and leaned against me. My face flushed a little as I felt the bulk of his body radiate against me. He flashed a grin. But I prefer flirting my way through life. It's a nice distraction from all the stressful things. Interesting strategy. How well has that held up for you? Well enough. It'll fail eventually, but until then, I might as well have some fun in the meantime, huh? Alright, I'll bite. Let's try this strategy of yours. I was only half listening to Owen's little confession. A bit distracted by other things at the moment. Oh dear. Uh-oh. It's penis time. Save that word right there. Okay. Hell yeah. Alright, I'll buy it. Let's try this strategy of yours. I was suddenly hit with the realization that a very naked Owen was pressing so close to me. Well, I suppose I can humor you. I suddenly pushed my hips against Owen's front, the warm friction coaxing a small groan from his throat. Owen chuckled, and I felt his hands caressing down my back, fingertips tracing my spine lightly. Something hot and wet was pushing against my thigh. Owen glanced down at me with a sheepish grin. Looks like I'm not the only one trying to get friendly. Like I said before, I really do think you're hot, Owen. Speaking of which, do you need some help down there, big guy? If you insist. Yep, alright, y'all, I'm gonna pause that right there. That is going to be part of the Not Safe for Work video going out. I'll be right back. Alright, and we are back, y'all. After a long while, Owen finally pulled out. Yeah, it was pretty not safe for work. We were both panting heavily, trying to catch our breath. I swished my tongue around my mouth and relished the taste of the yep. That was great, Adrian. We should do this more often. I leaned forward and gave Owen... Oh, okay. Can't say that. Owen almost purred. Anytime, big guy. That was an interesting afternoon. My head was still spinning from the warmth bubbling against my chest. Mrs. Corliss was allowing us some time to relax before heading back to the academy. It was probably for the best. Sissel was trying to stay far away from the water while Philip and Owen were bickering somewhere. For now, I just want some time alone and take a peaceful walk through the forest. As I wandered down the forest path, a familiar weather-worn cottage came into view through the dense thickets. Its rotted wood and broken windows stood warily in the shadows of the woods, a grave reminder of the family who once lived here. Despite its sober history, I couldn't help but feel a little bittersweet nostalgia for the place. I glanced into the woods with a hesitant smile. Is there any chance I could convince you not to drop a tree on my head this time around? There was a slight pause, and then a patch of shadows came out of the corner of my eyes and flickered like ash. Oh, what's this? No curses? A civil conversation? Never thought I'd see the day. Come on, Echo, be nice. Watch yourselves. I'm still considering giving him a minor concussion to kill some time. Please don't. It's rude to fight on someone else's grave. Haley glanced at the ruined cottage behind her with a snort. You remember more this time around, but apparently not your good friend's name. I crossed my arms defensively. I'm remembering more and more as the days go on. She'll come to me eventually. To her great detriment. I'll never understand why she's so fond of you lot. Probably my fantastic personality and stunning looks. To my great indignation, both Echo and Haley snorted with doubtful grimaces. Fantastic personality? Dude, you're supposed to be on my side! Your relationship is more like that of a pet hamster that she occasionally pokes for her own amusement. Alas, she should learn to bury her pets once they're dead. Eesh, real ball of sunshine, this one. Are you going to do anything helpful other than heckling us on occasion? Haley shot him a withering glare. Every unnecessary action I take draws further from the well that is her lifespan. I will not waste it on the likes of you. But you're willing to drop trees on my head and give me the flu? Disease and decay are within my domain. I can utilize them with little consequence. I glanced at some nearby tree trunks warily. They do seem a little rotted. Something told me she was still considering dropping a few on my skull as a friendly prank. I know you don't like me at all, and probably for good reason, but don't you think this would be a lot easier if we worked together? Maybe together we can figure out a way to help everyone through this mess unscathed. No. No? If you are expecting me to swoop in and solve all your problems, you are mistaken. Even if I were to join your little crusade for the sake of my wisher, my presence would only cause more problems. What do you mean? The Remnant, in one of its many nonsensical ramblings, once mentioned how my mere presence brings misfortune. That is one of the few truths to be uttered from that thing's mouth. Haley's comment is historically seen as a harbinger of disasters. Haley's scowl deepened as she turned to leave, her form dissipating in a cloud of ashes. I believe we're done here. I'll be watching your efforts from a safe distance. And with that, she was gone, leaving Echo and I alone and bewildered. Echo shook his head warily. You'd think someone that old would mellow out with time. Come on, Adrian, let's get you back with the other Gerania folks. Echo grabbed me by the wrist and tiredly hauled me down the forest trail. As the two of us quietly left, I turned back and stared at the forest's lonely cottage. Just before it faded from view, I thought I heard a soft, familiar wail echo through the woods. It sounded so sad. A part of me wanted to go out and find whoever was crying, but another part felt it wasn't quite the right time yet. I sighed and reluctantly allowed Echo to drag me back to the class's waiting area. The students returned to the academy without incident. There were no classes today, so most of us just crashed in the back of our dorms for the night. It had been a long and confusing day. I was pretty exhausted too, but I was feeling up for a midnight snack before hitting the hay. Somebody was already there. Yo, Adrian, grabbing a bite to eat? Yeah, just a quick snack before bed. What are you doing? Now that I was closer, I could see dirty kitchen utensils and scraps of food scattered everywhere. This place was looking worse than when Philip blew up the toaster yesterday. Sissel would flip his lid if he saw this. So, why all the carnage? Hey, it's not as bad as it looks. Okay, I admit I might not be the best cook, but that doesn't mean I can't make something halfway decent. I even made a bet with Sissel earlier. My honor's on the line here. Smells like your honor's as good as dead. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!